Hey everyone, lesson 3, level 6. Still practicing with the integer class and getting more comfortable with that. So let's do B. We are going to create a primitive int array containing the values of the integer objects. Whole purpose of this, kids, is we need to use integer objects in array lists. That's going to be the big thing. So here is, if you'll notice right here, there is a 1D array of integer objects called ARR. There's a new integer whose value is 1, another one whose value is 3, and another one whose value is 2. And we are just going to take those objects, get their values, put them into another array, and we're going to return that other array. So let's go over here to the data tab, and this is a static method, so it belongs to the data class. I'm going to delete this stuff, but that's just there to keep it from throwing an error. So we're going to convert this array into a primitive int array. So we need to kind of create one to start with. So I'm going to create a 1D array that has primitive integer values, and I'll call this my prim_r, primitive array, and that's going to be a new integer array, and I need to create the number of spots in it that is same as that integer r, and so that is r dot length. So it still kind of works the same way, but that is giving me that's giving me like an empty place to start putting stuff. So now I want to loop through this r array, and I want to get the integer values of each of those objects and put them in the corresponding spot in this prim_r, this primitive array that I created. So let's go for int, oh my gosh, int I equals 0. I want I to be less than the length of that array that is being passed to this method, and I'm going to increment I every time. And what I want to do is I want to take the, if I can only spell it, my primitive array, and at index I want to take the integer object that is at Ri, and I want to get the integer value from it. And then what I want to return is that primitive array. So that should do the trick. So let's go over to the data runner. We need to declare and initialize an integer array that stores the array returned from calling the convert array method. So I'm going to create this primitive integer array, a 1D array. I don't want to put a space there. And I'll call this, I've already used prim array, so I'll call this primitive r. And remember, that was a static method. This is a static method, so it belongs to the class. So we are going to activate it or get it by going data.convertArray. And remember, this method took a 1D array of integer objects. So we are going to pass it this thing here, the R. So that is that, and then I want to use the array to string method in the data class to print the new array. So here is the array to string method so I can just print it out. And this is literally just starting with an empty string, looping through the array, concatenating each thing to that empty string and returning it. So we are just going to go system.out.println, and we want to take that's still a static method. So we are going to go data.array to string, and we're going to pass it that primitive array that I created right above. So we're going to pass it this. And I think this is going to work out okay. There you go. Let's run the test, see how the test goes. And nice.